cookery time. Nisha's here in the kitchen. She's bringing the sunshine to our kitchen.
Oh, what is she ever?
What are you cooking for us today, Nish?
I'm doing you a meatball curry.
Oh.
That sounds simple, doesn't it? But there's all kinds of bits in this. This is, can I tell you, 25 minutes, 30 minutes at the most. But really interestingly, it's less than £1 per head.
Wow.
Which is incredible. And it's
Makes
all
no
fresh
sense.
ingredients.
How
Makes
does
no
that
sense, Dermot, does it?
Amazing.
But should I show you how?
Yes, please.
Onions in your pan. So whenever we're cooking a meat curry, I like to give you a little bit of that sort of forensic analysis of how Indians
Yeah.
Love
think.
how she breaks it down.
I know, because it wants to come to the point where you don't need me to cook curries. Onion, ginger, garlic. Whenever we're cooking a meat curry, we go onion.
It's always the same.
Always. That's that architecture of a curry. Onion, ginger, garlic.
Have you started? I'm going to wait until the very end.
Are you seriously?
Yeah, I'm going to be good today.
Never do that.
No, I'm going to try.
Do you know why that's
You know
good?
why?
Sometimes I don't even know you.
Don't you know me? You know why. My tooth's in. I can't eat with it. No, it's all right.
OK.
I'll wait until the end.
OK, wait until the end. And what's good, because this is a nice fresh curry, it won't coagulate. It won't be like nuclear waste at the end. It'll be nice and fresh still. This is good cold. OK.
It smells delicious.
Good, I'm glad. So already, onion,
just
ginger,
push it around
garlic.
a bit.
Just gonna
Push
wait
it
till the
round.
end, but have a little bit.
Then we go the 3
gonna
meat
try it.
spices. Garam masala, dead easy.
Oh, it's lovely.
And we go in quite heavy. My view is, if you can't see it, you can't taste it. So I'm a heavy-handed cook because there's nothing worse than making... I was talking to hair and makeup and, you know, somebody made a curry and they couldn't taste the spices and it's just a complete failure and they don't want to cook. You've got to be able to see it, you know.
I always use a tablespoon. 1 tablespoon. What is
Yeah.
it?
1 or 2.
Yeah.
One if you're a
1 or 2.
lightweight. Go 2.
Is a tablespoon a dessert spoon, or is a tablespoon...
I think
It is,
big is a
really.
tablespoon?
It is. It's about... I'd say a tablespoon's
the
a
same,
little bit
isn't it?
more than a dessert spoon.
So a heaped dessert spoon?
Go a heap dessert...
Go for it.
Go 2. You're going to go 2 heaped
for
dessert
this.
spoons.
Is that a tablespoon?
Go,
Yeah,
that's a bowler hat.
Go for that one.
And I'd
not
go
a
one of
tablespoon,
those.
is it?
No, it's a serving spoon.
That's a serving spoon.
No, but, you know, so I've got the little measuring spoons.
Yeah.
I know what a teaspoon is, I know, but I always get a little bit confused with a tablespoon.
The tablespoon is the biggest
Not much
one.
bigger.
It's not much bigger. I think it's still a bit lacklustre. I think you need to give it some
2
welling.
tablespoons.
Yeah, I've only got to 1
Got it.
spice. Garam masala, tablespoon, 2 tablespoons.
OK.
Different when you come to chili. All curries have
Teaspoon.
Right.
turmeric. Yeah, so we're going to... Turmeric can be bitter, so be careful. So go about a teaspoon or half a teaspoon of turmeric.
Do you take turmeric pills?
You can. One can take turmeric pills,
What are they
and they're very
for?
good for you. They are anti-inflammatory.
Gotcha.
So there is an anti-inflammatory quality to turmeric. So they're even using them now in some breast cancers. There are turmeric implants.
Really?
So it's something to take seriously. Turmeric, and do you know what's great? It can be bitter if you use too much, but you can throw it into any spaghetti bolognese, stews, and you're getting it. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't skew flavour. It just gives you an earthiness. Little bit, half or quarter of a teaspoon of chilli powder, depending on how hot you like it. So there's our spice. Just quickly, garam masala, turmeric, chilli. Dead easy, OK?
Coat those onions.
OK, cook those onions. Now, these are a little bit pale because I've been chatting and not blasting the heat. But I always say you want them kind of hot dog brown. You want them really sweet because you want that sugar.
Yeah.
The other big tip, my uncle would never cook a curry with onions in until he put a bit of sugar in the oil at the beginning.
Really?
So wherever you're cooking with onions and tomato, you want to bring out those sugars. And it just, honestly, your tongue, when you're eating a curry, is searching for that. This curry's got to be all things to all people. It's got to be a bit of sweet and a bit of
Which
salt.
uncle are we talking about?
We're talking about my uncle Bhaiya in Varanasi.
Yeah.
Bhaiya means brother, because he was my mum's brother.
Yeah.
And I used to sit on his knee and there would be a little...
Nice.
Oh,
Lovely
God,
memory.
it's dreamy, lovely memories. Fire stove, massive pan you could fit a human in. And sugar in the oil first.
So you put the oil in and then just a teaspoon of sugar.
Exactly.
I've never done that before.
No,
That's
and then
brilliant.
put your onions in. Isn't that great? This instant you're getting that caramelisation. Also, the idea is put a bit of salt in with the onions as well and it expedites the cook. It makes it quicker.
Wow.
So salt and sugar. Don't be afraid of it. And this is the point. You are cooking... This is all fresh. Now, I call this my back of the fridge meatball curry because you know what we get to the other side of Christmas or whatever and you've got all this kind of detritus in there. You don't know where am I going to do... What, quarter of a cabbage?
Put it all in.
Exactly. And it's the way that we put it in. So we've now got our spice base. We're then going to create the sauce. And the way that we do that is we add chopped tinned tomatoes. You don't get better than chopped tinned tomatoes.
That's 1 can.
In they go, say.
Or just a can?
Just a can. You could go a can and a half if you want it particularly tomatoey, but a can, and then you're going to loosen it down with water. So there you go. Now, that will bubble, and you end up with this. Now, can I show you the next bit? This is meatballs. Simply whatever mince. I love pork mince.
Is that a little bit cheaper as well, Nisha?
It's a lot cheaper. That's exactly right. Turkey mince is cheaper still. Go turkey. You want to add to that any of those brown powdered spices you have in your cupboard, like this is coriander and cumin.
Yeah.
Again, that theory, if you can't see it, you can't taste it. So get enough in, and then you just form them into little meatballs. And then they look like this.
Amazing.
OK?
Yeah.
Now, you don't fry them, you don't do anything. This is a relatively low-fat curry. I started it with about 2 tablespoons of oil. You put your meatballs in like that.
Don't even brown them off.
Don't even brown them off. You don't need to, because curry's so full of spice and flavour that the 6% extra flavour you get from browning your meatballs is lost.
OK.
You don't need it. So
simple, isn't it?
Simple. You cook that down, which is lovely, and then you end up with this, and as soon as they're poached, they're done. And into this, we add our bits from the fridge, and this is where it gets really clever. So, cabbage, leek. What I do with carrots is I get them and I just shave them into your curry. So shave a whole carrot with a peeler.
That's such a good idea.
Into your curry, and then into that, things like bags of salad. People tend to think of salad as salad. It's not the case. In India, all of these green leaves we call shag, and we add them to curry. So this is rocket, believe it or not.
Are you going to put it in the curry?
I kid you not. So we get a good, exactly. So don't ever waste your tired salads. Give them a little rip, put them in, and they are absolutely...
So lovely. The colour's so lovely and
isn't it?
Yeah.
And there you go. You've got about nine of your 5 a day in that.
Right.
Same with spinach. So here we go. Baby leaf spinach, all of those salad veg. There's no such demarcation. It was grown in the earth. It should be able to go in any kind of curry.
Right, we just don't think about it like that.
No, we don't. No. So you just want to poach that through, and as soon as those vegetables are softened, let me just turn that heat up. You know, it's done. So here we go. I think you've got some now. Are you going to taste that, Alison?
Do you know what? I've tasted it already. It's absolutely beautiful. It's packed full of flavour. It's very delicious. And I've noticed you've got a bit of coriander on the top.
I've got a bit of coriander on the top, exactly. So coriander...
It's lovely.
Yeah. If you're not a coriander fan, the big tip to get that height of flavour is to use a little bit of lemon zest or lime zest.
Do you put that in there?
So you would put it in the curry.
But have you put it in there? Does it taste...
I haven't, because you are you're coriander files. You're coriander people, which for us as Indians means the world.
Do you love it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just stir the veg, and can you see it just, you know, within seconds that spinach starts to wilt?
It's delicious.
These 2 questions. How long do meatballs take to cook?
They probably, with a lid on like that, you're talking about 10 minutes max, honestly, and that's it. And then they become terse.
And then I know the whole thing with this was that you're supposed to cook it, you can only cook it in like 25 minutes, so it's nice and quick and easy. But if you left that then for like 3 or 4 hours, just on the hob, like tiny little simmer, would that taste even better?
It would, and you would fear, wouldn't you, that they would disintegrate? You'd fear the meatballs would disintegrate. They don't. Can I tell you the other thing? Whenever you're cooking with onion, ginger, garlic and spices, curries are always better the second day. So if you're doing this for a dinner party, £1 ahead, why not get your friends round? Exactly. It's better on day 2 or day 3, and it freezes brilliantly.
Amazing. Nisha, you've killed it.
All the tips.
Done it again.
Thank you so much. Thank you. For details of today's recipe and more delicious ideas from our chefs, download the free This Morning app.